Welkom terug. Soos genoem gesels ek met Jan Doldersum en Kleinhandel Bestuurder en Bemarker en Derek Hallendorff, area bestuurder van Kusstreek Kleinhandel vir Rijk Zwaan. Gentlemen, welcome at Groot Plaas.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure having you here, and you flew quite a distance.
Yes, exactly. From Amsterdam on Monday I arrived first in Cape Town, and yesterday I arrived here in Johannesburg.
Well, it's a massive privilege. Jan, let's start with you quickly. How does the international fresh vegetable arena look at the moment?
Yeah, well, actually, it's quite challenging, I would say. Over the last 3 years, we've seen, of course, in fact, two crises. First, of course, the Corona crisis. And what we then see that especially the logistics was disrupted, the whole supply chain. And now during the war of Ukraine and Russia, of course, food inflation, gas prices, electricity prices go up. So it has a huge impact actually for the whole supply chain. But I think one of the most concerning things is labor, and actually three parts of labor: labor availability, labor prices, so costing, and also labor availability. So that means, I think, especially on the quality of the labor. If you look at the education part, I think we should try to work also with schools and universities to bring it in a higher level. And also, of course, the pricing is an issue because of the salaries are increasing, which also stimulates the inflation.
There's a lot of factors playing a role, right?
Exactly.
It's scary, but it's reality.
Yeah.
So, Jan, if we look at the retail trends in the vegetable market at the moment, how does that look?
Yeah, I think if you look, retail, of course, has responded to this, to the last 3 years. Of course, restaurants were closed, so the QSR was closed, so retail in fact, was taking advantage of this in a general way. But if you look in the types of products that they were selling, I think consumers also reacted on this, especially on packaged goods versus unpackaged goods.
Absolutely.
I think there was a trend towards more sustainable packaging, less plastics. But during COVID, actually, people would like to buy more packaged goods.
Yeah, it's got to be isolated.
Yeah, so I think that is now, luckily, it's a bit changing over the last, let's say, 12 months. Now more consumers are buying more convenience foods again, and also are open for more innovations, I would say. So that's, I think that is the development that we are currently in.
It is true. You can't take away the role that COVID played in all the industries. Derek, I would love to know from you, when we look at consumer behavior, do you think it's changed from before the COVID pandemic and to where we are today? And how do you think that changed?
Yeah, I think definitely it's changed. Yeah, China got a cold and we got flu. And all of a sudden, we're all together in the world in the same place. You know, a lot of people sitting at home, not being able to get to the supermarkets. To get into the supermarkets, people were buying, instead of processed stuff, buying whole heads or cabbages or butternuts and stuff, and going home and cooking it. You had time to watch TV and time to be at home, and to cook. And then as we came out of COVID, obviously the economic sort of situation is not that great. People were cash strapped and sort of kept on with that buying trend. And not so much buying convenience food anymore, but buying more stuff that they can do at home, more from a financial point of view. There is a slight movement back to where we were, say, in 2019, but not as great as when we were in 2019. So yeah, it definitely has changed.
Do you think we're going to reach a point when we get it back again?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
But I think what COVID taught us that we can actually do things ourselves.
Absolutely.
Yes, which is nice. Yeah, and there's nothing nicer than a home-cooked meal or a home-cooked salad. Well, you don't cook your salad if you're a stranger, you can.
For a lack of a better word.
For lack of a better word, yes. So yes, I think we will do it. And also once the economy sort of picks up and people are back to their normal sort of rush routines, then yes.
And also the concept of its traceability of product, it's quite an issue these days, right?
Yeah, it is an issue. Obviously, what's happened in the past, the listeriosis and that sort of stuff in your prepared meats and that sort of thing. Yeah, in the vegetable industry, it is. Yeah, if you're buying your product from a reputable retailer, there is a traceability right back to the field where it comes from. That's what they insist on. If you're buying it from places like where it's coming from the marketplace, less so to a degree. And if you're buying from a bucky on the side of the road, it's the bucky.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where it stops. Yes. But if you're buying from a reputable dealer, yes, traceability is there and it's insisted upon.
Jan, before we go to a break, what are the latest international trends that are consumer driven? I mean, how does that picture look?
Yeah, I think there are a few. Derek already mentioned the convenience part. I think people on the go would like to have offer to convenience food. I think health, and we are lucky that we are in the fresh vegetable industry, that people are cared about, okay, I want to have a healthy diet. And of course the transition towards from animal-based to plant-based. And I would like to highlight one international trend which is really taking off is snacking. So healthy snacking. So we are also developing varieties, snacking cucumbers, small peppers,
That's
tomatoes. That you can eat on the go or at home, whatever, and to offer also for a healthy meal for your kids, for instance, for if they go to school. So I think their retailers also should like to focus more on offering nice products for snacking. Yeah.
And I believe that's one of the good changes that has come is people are so much more aware of their health because we know how the picture can look if health isn't there anymore. And that's quite serious and quite exciting actually about the whole thing, right?
Yeah. So I think this health consciousness, I think that is maybe the good thing what happened after Corona, that people, and as mentioned, so we are in a good industry. So, and I think we should work together as a whole supply chain to offer also for the future healthy options. Yeah.
We're going to continue our chat just now. We have to take a break. Bly gerus ingeskakel. Ons is nou terug. Ek gesels steeds met Jan Doldersum van Rijk Zwaan en Derek Hallendorff. En ons praat bietjie oor eintlik maar die verandering wat in die varsprodukte mark in Suid-Afrika en wêreldwyd plaasgevind het. Jan, obviously Rijk Zwaan, it's a name that people know. And it's the 4th largest vegetable seed developer producer globally. So tell me more about Rijk Zwaan.
Yeah, that's indeed, we are number 4 in the world, and so our core is R&D, research and development, to find new varieties and produce seeds and sell seeds to farmers. So that's our core business. And how we would like to keep pace also in terms of developments, that we would like to reach out to more markets. So the headquarters is based in the Netherlands, but we are also active in Asia, in Australia, South America. So we would like to reach more markets. So that's one reason to grow. And the other, we would like to diversify our crop portfolio.
Absolutely.
So we are also now investing in R&D in berries, for instance. Soon we expect to launch also raspberries and strawberries to the market. So I think that is another reason where we would like to grow. And I think our strategy in terms of cooperation in the supply chain is really important. Of course, our direct customers are important to us, but also further along in the supply chain. So with processors, traders, retailers, that's really important to us.
It's quite a big portfolio, right? And I always think you guys must brainstorm like monsters to keep in sync with the trends and what consumers want. I mean, because there has to be a plan, right?
Yeah, of course, and that's what we need to work in that sense. Also, because the breeding process is really long time. So long term, for tomatoes, for instance, can take up to 10 years to develop new varieties. So we need to know the new trends and developments also in the consumer market.
I love that.
Yeah.
Derek, how and why is the relationship between Rijk Zwaan and the retail sector? Why is that so important to you?
As Jan mentioned, we've got a lot of products that we have on the table, but we have got a lot of contact with our growers and our the processors.
Yes.
But how do we know what the customer wants? And the best way to do it is with a relationship with the retailer, because they're the face of the customer. Everybody talks about Mrs. Customer or Mr. Customer, but the way that we get to know what he or she wants is through the retailer. So, and it's also so we can feel what their trends are and where they feel the market is growing. So we can push that back to the developers and to the breeders. And as Jan said, these things take time to develop. So if you got it in with the customer, you just got that step ahead of anybody else.
And obviously this is not the first time that you guys feature on Groot Plaas. We've gotten to learn about your the product Sweet Palermo. Tell me more about that. I mean, it's so exciting.
Yeah. So we have indeed launched Sweet Palermo in South Africa, and this is one of our branded products. So we have more of those. So I think in South Africa we also have launched Salanova in the past, and brands are indeed important for Rijk Zwaan to explain and communicate about these to the final consumer.
Yeah.
So and we can do this only, we believe, with unique products. And this is one of them. And Sweet Palermo is a brand that we have developed to differentiate in the pointed pepper. And I think what it really can help to better position the product also to the final consumer.
Absolutely. Yeah. I've had the privilege of tasting it, and it's absolutely amazing, if my opinion counts for something.
Yes.
But if you have to explain it to somebody, what is Sweet Palermo?
Yeah, it is. I think it has a nice flavor profile, and especially the combination of the juiciness, the crispiness, and the flavor profile.
Absolutely.
And the aroma. I think that is really nice compared to other peppers. So the bricks, the sweetness,
yes,
is higher compared to a traditional pepper. And it's really versatile, we call it. So you can use it for different recipes. So you can, of course, as a salad, but you can also use it for on the grill.
Yes.
Your braai season will come soon.
Absolutely, braai season is coming up. Yeah.
So you can use it for stuffing. So there are a lot of opportunities for this nice pepper.
I had it in a cold salad. It was absolutely amazing. What is your favorite recipe with it?
Well, my favorite is the one stuffed with feta cheese, and then on the barbecue. So that on the braai.
Yeah.
That's my personal favorite one. And we eat also a lot of raw, just as a raw pepper. Yeah.
I have to ask that question to you also, Derek. How do you prefer the product?
I like it fresh. I really like it fresh in a nice salad. Obviously, summertime, and it's a nice, refreshing thing to eat. I have tried it on the braai. Delicious.
It's amazing.
Really, really nice. One thing also about it, it's healthy. You know, full of vitamin C, more so than orange or kiwi. And so, from a health point of view, it's great. What it does to a salad, it just brings a bit of life to it. Yeah, we've got a traditional blocky peppers, which, they look nice, but they just don't have that same bite or flavour. Yeah?
Yes, it's the thing. We've got around a minute and a half left. If we look at the Sweet Palermo and the brand globally, where is the biggest consumption? Is it? I presume it's quite far. Is it everywhere?
Yeah, it is everywhere. I would say it's a global brand for Rijk Zwaan. So the majority is produced in Spain. It's 1,000 hectares. So we produce around 70 million kilograms for the winter season. And then, of course, you have you need 2 cycles per year. Then you have your local production in, let's say, in Germany and in the UK market. So the offset is mainly in the North European consumer market, but we're also selling it or producing it in different countries, like in China. It's being launched in Australia, but also in Brazil, North America. So this product. So we reach out to farmers all over the globe to position Sweet Palermo.
Well, it's definitely something to be proud of, and you can get it in supermarkets in South Africa.
Exactly.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
What a good line.
What a treat.
Guys, thank you for coming in, and thank you for sharing your passion, because I think it's good to know that there's always, a step forward. We're trying to be better, we're trying something new, and thanks for the work you do.
Yeah, thank you for your time as well.
Thank you very much.
Dankie dat jy ingeskakel het. Nou weet jy wat om by jou volgende braai te hê. Ek weet, ek gaan verseker.